I've been living around here.
Have y'all ever gotten a present and every part of the present felt like the present? It's like, even when this package arrived from Cheryl Clapp, opening this like envelope thing. Have you ever seen one of these?
This envelope.
I mean, y'all, this was part of the present, her packaging. We had Cheryl Clapp here. She has been featured, I mean, every magazine with Classic Sewing magazine.
You like it? It's cute, right?
And she has fabulous work and instructions that can be found in the magazine. So how about this bouquet? This was part of the present. She brought flowers while she was here. Her husband gifted us with flowers.
It smells so good.
And we learned she's a pink girl, so she and Sally have even more in common.
Yes.
And then, if this wasn't so thoughtful, these are just like a little embroidered tooth fairy type, like I will put my child's tooth in this and put it under their pillow. What is that called?
Tooth fairy
pillow.
pillow.
Tooth fairy pillow.
Tooth fairy pillow pocket door hanger.
It is so cute. Thank you, Cheryl.
Clapp, you're wonderful.
I know. Goodness.
You're wonderful.
You got to stop. We're going to have to start sending you back gifts.
I know.
We feel so thankful it's got to return.
Listen, meeting and spending time with you designers face to face has been such a delight. And even to follow up on that, Tuesday, Ann Peebles was here sharing her knowledge of Carrick Macross lace. And guess what? She saw our giveaway and she said, you're missing a spool of the coordinate thread. And she was on her way back from Birmingham just now. That's why we're running a little late. I'm going to blame it on Ann. It's not really her fault.
This awesome thing she does has been countered by...
Yeah, that's right. So she stopped by here. Out of her way, she stopped by here to give us a spool of the Carrick Macross thread to include in our giveaway.
The kit is complete, Ann says.
Yeah.
So we know it is.
And she said that one spool should be a lifetime supply. How about that?
Oh,
She
really?
did tell me that.
Oh,
She told me that.
That's
Yeah.
surprising, honestly.
I found something while I was looking around, so we'll talk about this in a minute. It's just so cute, right?
It is cute. I do like that. So we have found a
Thank you,
gorgeous complement to some of our Liberty of London. So this is our quilting cotton style Liberty of London, and we have 16 new arrivals. Typically, Liberty of London that we carry has been 60-inch and a tonalon. These are 100% cotton, but they are on a quilting cotton fabric. So they're 45 inches, they're still 100% cotton, and they have that gorgeous color that we're used to from Liberty, and styles that they're being used for the prints.
Their prints are wonderful. And so often, it's really hard to find a solid that looks perfect with it. But Kristen has found some good ones.
This wasn't even supposed to be used with this. They just wound up both on the table.
Isn't that pretty?
Here is a Featherwell Corduroy, and we're going to show y'all how to count whales on a corduroy and apply that to your ordering skills.
Whales, like a big old whale.
It sounded like you said quail.
No, wait, whale.
We're going to teach y'all about quails with corduroy.
Whales and whales and whales.
Yeah. Was that a Beach Allen sentence?
That's a Beach Allen
A whale.
sentence. A whale.
Oh. Okay, so beautiful new arrivals from Liberty of London and their quilting cotton styles. Here's another colorway for y'all. This one's a little bit brighter, and Liberty typically has that soft background, and this one is really more in that soft background, like when you put it next to this.
Yeah, like
it looks a little brighter though. So this is really pretty and sweet too. They often have novelty designs, and so here's like a little beach scene village. It's cute.
It is cute.
It's really cute, and it's soft muted pastels.
Hey, and guess what? If you have a hard time telling the up from the down, they even have it written on the side.
My
Look
goodness.
at that.
I've never seen that before.
I mean, this would be easy to tell the up from the down. But
it's directional.
It is directional, but I wonder if they all have that. That's the first time I've ever noticed
like
this.
if this says bottom?
Yeah.
It doesn't.
But anyway, if you're struggling with which side of the house should be up,
go with the top side, y'all.
It gives you the answer.
How long are you going to clutch those flowers?
Well, I like these.
All right.
I like these. They're cute.
Y'all, we have had a very sad update today. It actually came yesterday. But it's I guess it's happy because we still have some in stock, but the June Taylor lace shaping board is going out of production.
They said they're going to stop making them.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
So with this, you have the pinning capability, you have the ironing capability. It has your bishop that you can, pin on here to get all your pleats and everything in the right shape. It has lace shaping options on the other side of the board. You can iron directly on here. It definitely is an heirloom sewist's friend. So
does that mean that heirloom sewing isn't as popular as it used to be? I'm seeing a lot of smocking in adult clothing these days, so I feel like it's kind of been coming back.
Well, that brings up the Southern Living magazine actually posted yesterday a thing about do people smock, and so it was so fun to see people that are in our sewing community that follow our page. We follow them commenting on there like, of course we smock.
Yeah, that's right.
But yes, so we have limited supply, and when the supply is gone, to the best of our knowledge right now, we will not be able to have these in stock again. Because it's so awesome, either y'all are going to complain loud enough, or somebody else in this world is going to reproduce it.
Yeah, that's right.
But I'd imagine that would take a little bit.
What is it, 18 by 25? I'm trying to remember the measurements of it. 18 by 25. It's a nice,
20,
good size.
20 by 14.
Maybe by the time you get all the way to the edge. But yeah, this is nice. They've been flying out the door today. Lots and lots of orders for that. But if a lot of people have these in their shopping cart, and they're just kind of saving their cart. But my suggestion is not to wait too long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So what else do we have going on here?
Well, we did get in some Swiss voile, and they're in pieces, and it's really a pretty fall color. And we've been talking about fall things, and right here on the edge, it's like made in Switzerland in gold. And so this is a voile. Nice, pretty. You could make ruffles. You could make a blouse. You could make sashes. There are a lot of things you could do with this.
Trims are awesome out of this.
They are, because it makes me think of this graceful voile.
So we often offer things by the piece, by the bundle. We actually have by the roll options right now. We are showing y'all our elastic by the roll. We have these awesome plaid trims. We have large quantities, but the deal is usually if it's by the piece or by the whatever, it's a good price.
A good price per yard.
A good price per yard, or a good deal. So, these come in pieces, and they're a monster discount on these. So,
you want to talk about my little pretty thing?
I want you to talk about it.
So this is so cute. That's crocheted, I'm sure, right?
Let's go with the overhead.
Okay. All right.
So if you're watching us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, we are live streaming with our overhead component. And you get to see this up close of what we're showing here.
So these, really, the first time I saw it, I thought maybe it was I'm sorry. That's cool. I thought it was like a swimsuit top. But honestly, I think it's more like a sundress top. And oh man, who was it? Joe Rosdick, who will be coming here, posted a dress.
August 9th, y'all. I need to say it out loud because last time I said it was the wrong date. So Joe, if you hear this.
Maybe, she has a picture of a dress she made probably for her granddaughter with a vintage crocheted yoke. And then she put
I've not seen that.
Oh, it's on Facebook. I think it's on Regina's Come Sew With Me Facebook. It's so pretty, and if you like antique laces and vintage things, you probably maybe have found some at estate sales. The whole little yoke is crocheted, and it has a little square neck and sleeveless.
Cute.
And she has sewn a skirt, a gathered skirt to it, and then formed the armholes with a little bias band underneath. It is adorable. Maybe a size 4 or something like that. It's so cute. So anyway, that made me, when I saw this little crocheted thing that we've had for a long time, and we've talked about doing this, we need to just do it. So this is like a little crocheted yoke, and they've actually, because I know these fish and flowers came separately because we have some loose, don't we? And so this is a children's garment manufacturer.
So you'd think this part would be like an overlay. So you'd probably sew it down along the arms and around the neck.
Yeah,
and then
maybe you
use
would.
this as
Maybe
an
you would
overlay.
make a solid. Would you make a solid yolk right
I
behind
probably would
it?
attach this afterwards. Like it would be like you would make the yolk and then
that's a
just
good
top stitch
idea.
this on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because then this
That's
could
a good
this could
idea.
even be
Where's that
strapping
little-
for around your neck.
Yeah, so
you
that's
know?
what I would just tie that.
Uh-huh.
You wouldn't need any other straps
No,
in, right?
Mm-mm.
Anyway, we're going to put these online because I just came across these when I was hunting for some things.
You can buy one for
today.
yourself too. You see Sally up here wearing
Yeah, isn't that cute? Like a necklace. Look.
it. So
Anyway.
Sally
Tell me.
has been she has been hoarding some fabrics over here, and so with these latest arrivals, she's putting them to use. So we have this Elizabeth that is the Liberty of London Tonalon.
Love this.
It's her favorite
Love this.
style of Liberty prints. And her week, do you know what week sew this is? It's like week maybe 30 something. Sally's been actually sticking to this weekly sew, and it has been awesome and fun to join along with her. She's finishing up last week's sew by addressing the bloomers.
Yeah, so we showed the little bloomers to this. This is a vintage pattern. It's Simplicity 3055. And so we talked about whether or not we should make it in the eyelet that this yoke is made out of, and we were talking about pockets out of eyelet for down
In
here.
true Sally fashion, we went with no option that we thought we were going to use.
That's right. We did something completely
Yeah.
different. And,
On a whim.
and so we asked you to vote on it, and I didn't pay any attention to the vote, but it was interesting that you voted.
Thank you for wasting your time, y'all.
Yeah, that's right. Anyway, this is what I did instead. I made
overhead.
the bloomers. I made the bloomers out of the Liberty. This is Elizabeth, and I made them out of Liberty. And I thought, well, they probably need to be lined because you know the Tanalon is pretty lightweight. And then I thought, well, I don't feel like lining them. Maybe we should underline them instead. And so that's what I did. I underlined by putting another layer of fabric behind.
What did you use?
Don't
Oh
look at
my
what I
gosh.
used. I used whatever I could
That
find.
looks like a blended, like,
Yes.
pipé.
It's
Oh
like
my-
an Oxford cloth.
It is. These just gained like a pound with that lining.
That's why I said it was really hard to turn the.
That's why. Oh my goodness.
But you know they kind of stand up by themselves. Look at that.
In case you need them to be even poofier.
Yeah. But aren't they cute? They're
They're
cute.
cute. It doesn't take away from that.
Now her little
It
red and white
almost-
striped underpants, diapers aren't going to show through.
It
at
almost
all.
looks like a water-resistant lining.
Well, it's
That's why I was like, what in the world?
I found this piece down here and I thought that's a little off-white. Maybe it's off-white because I need to go and I need to wash it. I don't know. But
Right,
but anyway,
yeah.
that's good enough, you know. That's good.
Oh, it's perfect. And
Yeah.
they're done. How cool
They're
is that?
done. And so then now Kristen suggested this little trim and I love it on here.
So maybe it was my fault that we didn't
See.
go with the original.
No, the original. By then I'd already changed it. But I said, what can I put down here as a little ruffle on the legs? And Kristen said, I've always loved the graceful voile
So,
box pleat. I love
When we have a
that.
fabric that comes in that matches a Liberty, we actually list it as it's a Liberty coordinate because this is a little box pleated trim to match the fabric, but it matches fabulously with Liberties.
It does. It's cut on the bias, and so it has a good flow when you turn it. And it has a double stitching so that it's easy to sew into a seam without it like popping all over the place. But yeah, I was thrilled with it, and I was a little bit concerned if I sewed it into the seam, if it would be, it still has to gather with that elastic, but it didn't have to gather so much that it was a problem. I think it looks very
it's very,
cute.
very
it's
pretty.
really cute.
Yeah.
And it's soft. It's going to be soft on, this is for June, and it's going to be soft on her skin. She's not going to be itchy or anything. And
Except for that lining.
the lining might, like, what in the world is burlap in here?
She'll have a diaper on, it won't matter.
Anyway, I was looking for a little ribbon to put in the back, and all I had was this little piece of elastic, so
So do y'all notate for your ones that can dress themselves, or maybe for the mamas, the back of a garment? There are tags that they sell. I think we have a couple size ranges of tags, but oftentimes Sally just uses something from the floor or the trash can is actually what typically makes it to the back of a garment.
I'm like, what do I have over here? Every ribbon I had was really bright or really weird green or something like that. But all right, this piece of elastic
Y'all,
will do.
it doesn't matter. These
Yeah,
are so
look.
cute, and I'm gonna know what the back is, so
Yeah.
that's perfect.
So what I use to make the casing, we have bias in lots and lots of colors already ready made. This is Speckler Vogel Lawn.
This is
and
actually another
Champagne.
custom made trim for us. We have it made in the USA, and we ship our fabrics to whatever
Yeah.
specifications that,
Yeah.
that we're needing.
And say, okay, we need all of this made into 1.5 inch bias. And so I'm going to show you this because if I folded it in half,
I'm gonna put you on the overhead.
all right. If I folded the bias in half, it really would. And by the time I made my seam, it wouldn't have been deep enough to run elastic through. It wouldn't have been. So this is what I do. When I showed you before, I go to the ironing board and I iron it into a curve. Well, this time I didn't fold it in half. I folded it, well, like a third. And so then when I came back,
I might would have said 2/3.
oh, well, that part is 2/3.
Yeah,
This
right.
is 1/3 down. And that way, when I went onto my garment, and I'm going to show on here, and I sewed it to the waist, I had a wide enough piece to
Encase
fold,
your
to
elastic.
encase my elastic. And so that way I can use this same 1.5 inch for all widths of elastic.
So that you used around the waistband and in the legs.
I
Of this
used it in the
garment.
leg. In the leg, I made it a little more narrow, and I put a 1/4 inch elastic in the leg, and so
You just resized.
I
this,
just resized
step.
this, or took
Yeah.
a little deeper seam. But I'm just like always eyeballing it to see how much I'm going to need once I fold it down and edge stitch that down. I
She
like
scrunches it up and folds it up in there more if she needs
do.
less.
That's right. But I'm going to show you this because this made it so easy. When I started in the back, you know what? I'm going to move this over.
Okay. All right, so we are showing y'all how Sally ran the elastic in the back of this.
Because a lot of times when if you
In the
fold,
waistband.
if you fold a casing down, you have to leave an opening, like about an inch opening, to run your elastic through, and then you have to come back and you have to top stitch that, and you might have little ends. So if you I started at the center back, and I actually folded. Let's say this is the raw edge up here. I folded my bias back into a fold and then sewed it all the way around. And when I got back to the other side, yeah. That's right.
I don't know.
That's
It's
right.
not going to
You're
flip right, though.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Then with this one, I also folded it just like this, where those folded edges met. And when I sewed all the way around this, let's say that's the raw edge, sewed it all the way around. When I flipped it over and brought it here, can you see it?
Yeah.
Then that's just an opening. Now I can go back and then just hand whip that together, but I don't have to worry about little threads and top stitching and meeting my lines and all that kind of
So
stuff.
at this point, you ran your elastic.
Then I ran my elastic.
So
through.
now you have an open hole.
Yeah.
Honestly, you don't even need to address that.
Yeah, because it's gonna stay.
You're right.
It's not gonna
And
fray or anything like
right.
that. And so then I used my handy bodkin. Which one did I use? I actually used this nice long one on the legs because they were open when I ran it through. And then on this, I used for the waist, I used this little one that
Clamps to
clamps
the, yeah.
tight. Yep. So I wanted to be able to find them both to show you. So
I mean,
here it
people
is.
use safety pins, and they it's anything that you can feel to run through that casing. Sally owns, like, not because she sells them, but because she actually has opened them and they're now
Because
her
I lose
property.
them.
At least 500.
So one of my favorite comments, this was from a few minutes ago, I didn't want to interrupt. Sue Esty said, Sally found her bodkin.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
dude,
right.
I've been looking for it. And I was over there. I said, "There's my yellow ribbon. Good."
Oh, yeah.
So this time I put both of them on there. I'm like, okay, I'm going to keep track of it. One more week.
So very handy. Bodkins come in handy for all
Yeah,
kinds of purposes.
yeah.
We've shown y'all how to thread a lace beading with a bodkin with a ribbon.
Don't these look more normal size than those first ones I made that were like from the 1950s that were like whoosh, but they were cute. But they were really.
This looks
puffy.
like today's diaper cover.
Yeah.
So it's going to hit her about the top of the diaper and then cover her bottom. But the ones that Sally made, I mean, they were really kind of funny whenever, because they were a lot taller and wider. But when she wears them, because I put them on her and she just goes around without a top, she looks so cute. They're super puffy, but they're
cute.
have a lot of personality.
Yep. So so this is you can almost see it on here that this is a little closer fit on here. Now maybe I'll still make the eyelet ones and put the ruffle around the back.
She's not ever going to do that, y'all. But she does have another granddaughter coming. And coming to America.
Yes.
And not on the way that we know of. Yes, so that's a possibility. Those might get finished.
It is, right. In fact, well, maybe it wasn't this. One time when Lila was here, and we probably showed it on Gab and Gush, Lila, my granddaughter, who's now 11, sorry, Lila.
Almost 12.
Man.
Yeah.
Well, she worked on a little bonnet to send out of Liberty to send to her little cousin, who was a baby at the time. And it was a beautiful, sweet print. I don't think it was Elizabeth, but it was it was very, very pretty.
It was that Sunbonnet Sue one. It was that same one, but in pink and
It was
red.
really sweet. And in Australia, they wear hats a lot to keep that sun off their face. And so I've seen pictures of her wearing it.
We're just
really
reminiscing, y'all. That's what we're doing up here.
Yep, that's right.
So, okay, so we want to show y'all, we here at Farmhouse in the sewing world, you are always a season ahead for sewing. So even though I'm sweating up here and we're in an air-conditioned room, we are dreaming up fall makes. So we want to show y'all and teach y'all how to count the whales of corduroy. So say whale.
Whale. And it's not a whale, it's a whale.
So our feather
Whale.
I'm feeling self-conscious. Our feather whale.
Where'd my little ruler go? That was
our
really-
feather whale corduroys are 21 whales per inch. So when you hear the number of whales, that indicates, I mean, it depends on what you're after. So it's definitely important to know how to count the whales on a corduroy. I'm going to find it while you go into it.
People are loving the bloomers.
Oh, good.
And Paula said, great way to do casing. I will do it that way from now on. Thanks for the great tip.
Good.
Haha.
What I do is like what I think is the easiest way.
So you would think that you want like a 4 whale, because that sounds sweet, right?
Yeah.
A little number.
Yeah.
But if you're sewing for children, typically a larger whale will suit your project better.
A larger number.
A larger number of whale. Yeah.
So when you hear, well, let's look at the pink because it'll be easier to see to start with, and so the whales, WALE, and a corduroy are these vertical lines, these vertical raised lines, and so let's take a look. So if the number of whales, this is between these red arrows, is 1 inch, so we're gonna be. Put me where I need to be.
Yeah, let's see what we're at. Yeah, here we go.
All right, so let's go between these 2 red arrows. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is a 6 whale corduroy. And a 6 whale corduroy is going to be a little bit heavier, a little bit thicker. Very cute for little jumpers, skirts.
Like it has a higher pile because there's less like rows or
that's right.
directions between each whale.
It's great for a cute little jacket too.
It
really cute for a jacket.
Little like overall type things. I
overalls
love
would be
long galls.
adorable.
They're really cute out of that.
The typical from years and years ago, because I've been selling in heirloom for, I don't know, 35
Well, we always
years,
talk
40
about how
years, or however
Farmhouse
many.
turns a
I
new
don't know.
number when Sally has a birthday.
Yeah.
So Sally had a birthday on Wednesday, and we always like to pretend that's the Farmhouse birthday as well. So here we are at 30 years maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll have to get that number right.
But even sewing long before that, another 17 years before that, because when my first oldest child was born, I started sewing in this area. So kind of went in the heirloom things. Everybody talked about Featherwell Corduroy, Pinwheel Corduroy, and they always meant 21 Whale Corduroy. Now, I don't know if they even, you know, a lot of people don't even know those terms, but let's see if we can see it on this.
We do call ours Featherwell.
Yeah, we do. And it's a 21 Whale, and I'm not sure.
All right, let's count them together.
Let's see. Okay, here we go. It's a little hard to see, but so we've got 1, 2. Man, I
I'm
can't
going
even
to scoot you down just a tiny bit. Yep.
Let's see if I can even get to it. I wish I had a sharper point. Would be nice if I could see. I need my magnifiers here, right? Can
They
you
really
count?
can't even
1,
see.
2, 3.
4, 5, 6, 7, 21.
21.
It's a 21 whale,
If
y'all.
you get lost, only count to a half an inch and double it.
Yeah, right.
But there's that red one down there that's somewhere in between.
So
I grabbed that.
when you are ordering online, and it might not be from farmhousefabrics.com, but it's like when you get something from Amazon and the size is way off. The whales, if they are indicated, you can figure out about what you are going to receive.
Right, that's right. So this one is going to be somewhere in between.
All right, let's see it.
All right, so this one is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 9, like 8 or 9 whale. What do we call it?
8.
8 whale. 8 whale. So this one is a little bit smaller than this, but not as tiny as that
And
one.
we'll show y'all them together.
Yeah.
So, we do a lot with the Featherwell because of children's sewing, but you can
And
see
you can smock it.
and
right?
it's yep. Let's see. So there you go, just to give you a visual. This is much larger. It was 6 to 8. I mean, there's a huge difference between 6
Yeah,
to
you
8.
can really tell the difference
Right.
in that.
Yeah,
And then 21, you almost can't even
21,
see
we can't even count it on camera.
it. Yeah.
Sue wants to know if there's a difference between pinwheel and featherwheel.
Well, I think those terms, pinwheel and featherwheel, are used interchangeably. And, I mean, we kind of use them interchangeably. So,
Probably Google would tell us.
yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. But we might call a 21 whale featherwhale or pinwhale. They're the
Typically, we call it
tiniest.
featherwhale.
Yeah.
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 Okay, so just to show y'all, since we're dreaming in corduroy, we have pulled out our autumn makes from last year, and this is the Jilly Atlanta, the Macy Pinafore, and it looks so cute. Jill has designed this, and on the cover of her pattern, she actually has it in linen, but we used, you want me to grab it?
Yeah.
Yeah. We used a Featherwell Corduroy for these Macy Pinafore. And then for the
And-
blouse, we used the penny blouse.
And it's the Elizabeth. But this is a different colorway than the other one. So
Surprise, surprise.
Love
You used Elizabeth.
And look at those roses. I love the roses, which I'll show you a lace with rose in a minute because it's new. Yeah, isn't this cute?
It is cute.
Oh my goodness. So we took pictures of June and Farron in these, and they were little pistols that day, but we got some cute pictures. Cute.
Eh, they're all right.
You don't think they were cute? I thought they were cute.
Their pictures were not cute.
Well, the
They were little
girls-
stinkies
I
that
know,
day.
but they were fun.
So we have in what we think would look really nice with these Jill pinafores. So it is a new arrival to us. It is a twill cotton. It's printed and it's really, really beautiful.
It's really sweet.
It is really sweet. I'm gonna see.
Yeah.
So we pulled out a corduroy to coordinate the two, and yeah, jumpers, pinafores. These would make great. This would.
Yeah.
This itself could be the pinafore fabric
Oh,
or the
yeah,
jumper
definitely,
fabric.
right.
I mean, it's not like your broadcloth weight.
And it's not heavy
I mean,
twill.
it's more in the poplin weight, but because it doesn't have the body of a typical poplin, I mean, you wouldn't call it that.
But it's nice, and it's such a sweet little tiny print.
Actually, it's a great transition fabric because it's still more lightweight, but it could take you in from one season to the other.
So
it
it
looks,
just went on today. It's brand new.
yeah,
Yeah,
I want to Google that.
I know it.
Huh.
Maybe it's Italian.
I'm thinking it is.
I'm thinking it's Italian.
Yep.
That would be fun. Well, it's got a little gray flower in here, and I think maybe it would be cute with gray. We were looking for maybe an orchidy color. Right now we don't have it in
Corduroy.
in the corduroy, but very, very sweet. This could be a cute dress too, like a is Ruthie's still available from
Right, were they bringing it back? I know they discontinued
Children's
it.
Corner? I love the
at one
Ruthie
point.
dress.
Actually,
What's
we
like
have a
it?
Ruthie behind us.
Yeah,
So this is a
Children's Corner Ruthie.
yeah, this is Children's Corner Ruthie, and again, it's got the corduroy skirt and corduroy collar. This is a little quilting cotton from Art Gallery. This is not in stock currently, but it makes up sweet, even with the combination of a heavier fabric like corduroy
Yeah, that's right.
and a quilting cotton weight.
You can combine two different textured fabrics, or a textured fabric and
Lighter
more
weight.
of a
Yeah.
lighter weight and
Smooth.
yeah, it'd be cute. There's a little bow in the back
Can you show a close up on those fabrics?
on
Yeah.
these two.
All right. So we are going to flip to overhead to show y'all these combinations. They're upside down. All right.
Yeah, cute.
They are cute. It makes it brighter. I like it. Okay, so we also have been discovering things in Farmhouse because this is a theme here, and we like it because it's exciting. So we just pulled out a pillow that we have had here, and it was designed by Connie Palmer. And we also stumbled across another kit that we have for it. Don't we have several kits available?
Yeah, what'd I do with that other one? I thought I had it laying here. Oh, here it is.
So Connie designed this with lace insertion. There's beading on the edge of the pillow that she's run ribbon through. It's really pretty.
Oh, face it. Yeah. There we go. Yeah.
So yeah,
Swiss insertion, and
we actually have the kit with the
Yeah,
different
yeah.
insertion, but it's still the
yeah,
green
that's,
and red.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
So maybe you're
Very
thinking on
sweet.
Christmas presents. This is really
This
pretty.
is the one with. No, this is the one with the little twigs and berries. But it looks just like this. Yep.
All right.
So that, when we find them, we get it together and put it back online, and just in time for thinking about holiday gifts.
Y'all, we've been telling you about the gracious act of Ann Peebles and how she came here to make our Carrick Macross kit complete. So yesterday, Emma and Sally put together a starter kit, I guess, for the giveaway. Is that what you'd call it?
Well, we did, and then when Anne saw it online, she knew she was coming through this way, and she said, "You're missing the coordinate thread." And so that's when she said, "I'm coming by on her way back
That was
to
nice.
Florence, South Carolina, from Birmingham." And so she stopped by just a few minutes before we started, and she brought us a spool of thread to include in here, and she said this will be a lifetime supply. So the one thing we haven't put in here yet is a piece of white linen, so that we can make some of the like handkerchief designs, and what else? She had collar designs. She had handkerchief designs.
Do you have organdy on there?
I have organdy. I
Yeah.
have organdy. I have English netting. I've got the Bowen, like lace applique scissors that have a little nub on the end, so you don't snip your lace. I've got the
Kathy Neal really is who we found the Tulip Needles through, because she is a handwork extraordinaire. And so we've been carrying these for a little while, but it's also the preferred needle for Ann Peebles with the Carrick Macross lace making.
That's right.
And so this is really cool that y'all included
Yeah.
those.
And she said she said there's just something about the way they feel, and Kathy said the same thing. And what'd she say about when you're doing fine work, buy the best tools that you can afford.
The best needle, she said specifically.
But
Yeah.
I think in anything, even woodworking or anything, or sewing,
It's
the
sometimes
best that you
less
can-
frustrating.
It is less frustrating, yes.
And it
So,
functions like it's supposed to.
so we had,
Our question for y'all
yeah,
this week.
the question was so awesome. I was just thinking about something else I wanted to show, but we can still show something
Yeah,
after we draw,
sure.
right? Okay. You gonna make me quit talking?
I want you to draw. So this week we asked y'all Who did you learn to sew from, or who were you inspired by? And it was interesting to read everybody's comments and to relate to them.
Well, Anne told me that it was her husband's grandmother that she learned from, and she told me just a little while ago that she has like a boy's button-on suit that her husband's grandmother made, and so it would be 70-something years old, and she said maybe next time she'll bring it and show us, and then even a handmade wedding gown. I'm just liking
the next time sound. That's gonna be fun. I'm
liking that too. I'm liking that a lot. So if you want to be inspired, you go and read the comments under our giveaway. You'll be inspired of all the people that have influenced the sewing community.
Who you're influencing today. You don't even know what kind of influence you're going to have.
All right, you want to draw somebody?
Sure.
There's some big ones in here that have wonderful comments.
All right, Allison Jones.
Oh, this is Theriot.
Therio?
Thoreau.
So I grew up in New Orleans, a deeply Southern girl who loved to make things with her hands. There were 4 of us kids, and my grandmother, who lived in Jackson, Mississippi, took each one of us 4 kids on a one at a time during the summer. And your comment was cut off.
Oh no!
So it sounds like her grandmother is the one who inspired her.
Anyway, Allison, you're the winner. Yeah. Thank you.
Congratulations. Y'all, if you are interested in our giveaways, we offer twice-a-week giveaways. We are posting the videos on Monday and Thursday. You have to follow us on social media, and we are starting to ask a question, do you lick your thread when you're threading your needle? Do you, who inspired you to sew? All kinds of different stuff. And, yeah, that's how you enter to get your name in our pot.
So neither of these 2 things are brand new, but they're back online. So that's why I wanted to show them. This is a really beautiful plaid spaghetti that it was just a plaid fabric that was from Nashville cotton, but the gorgeous plaid. And this is a perfect time of the year for, let's see if you can see the green on here.
She's going to put it on every green thing that walks past her.
That's right, because it's really pretty.
If you wear red today, she might throw it on your shirt.
This is pretty. So it looked like it was maybe like a double window pane plaid or something, and really, really nice.
And you really can see the prettiness of it. I mean, we've listed it online today, and we've already sold it. It's a great deal. It's 10 yards of our spaghetti bias tubing.
Regular price for that would be $15, and it's $7.50. And so, anyway, 10 yards comes in a little bundle like
strapping bows. People faggot them the strips together and make a bodice.
That would be pretty.
Or you can have an accessory to a collar or a sleeve like Gail Doan did in her last smocking class.
That's right. Because see, it curves beautifully because it's cut on the bias. So you can curve it and use it in all kinds of ways. Now we had one of our kits that we had Connie Palmer designed that had a Christmas tree just made out of spaghetti that curved like this, and we have that template. And
it's so cute to do for embellishment.
It's very cute. So we have this beautiful plaid, and it's really classic. So the other thing that finally came back in, and we have a good stock on these. These are the made with real needles here. This is the velvet needle board. And so these are back in stock, and so this is the kind of thing you need if you're sewing on velvet. You put or even on embellishments, you put the pile side down.
Sequined, appliques, all kinds of embellished fabric works really well for ironing on this.
And then you iron on the back of your velvet, and that keeps it from getting crushed on the pile. So the needle boards, the velvet needle boards, back in stock. So I wanted to be sure and tell you that. So.
All right, guys, we are looking forward to next Tuesday. I have a comment.
Somebody wanted to know what the pattern was for that green skirt hanging, and if it was.
That is Regina.
Regina made that.
Regina, did you use a pattern for that skirt? Actually, that was for. Let's see. I believe Kaylee wore it to some kind of event, and it's a silk. It's a gorgeous silk fabric. So
we made a dress for Farron, and we sewed those stripes of that silk going around, and so Regina made this for Kaylee, and
did it the opposite direction.
The opposite
It's
direction.
so pretty.
Beautiful, beautiful.
It was a maxi link skirt,
Yeah,
but I'm hoping Regina can tell us, or maybe she just made it.
The rest of Allison's.
All right, Allison, during my time, my talented grandmother would sew specifically for me while I was visiting. I learned so much by her side. She inspired me to sew at a very young age. To this day, I think about summer sewing with my Wootsie, that's so cute, our name for her. Just about every time I start a project, I'm so thankful to God and her for sharing her gifts and our family's godly heritage with me.
Oh, I love that.
That's really,
comment.
really beautiful.
Yeah.
Yep.
There were lots of wonderful comments, really, really touching. So thank you so much for sharing. We didn't ask you.
Y'all, she's gonna go rub on all those other comments from the bin.
Aw.
So this is really pretty though. Thank you for printing that, Emma. All right, y'all, join us back here on Tuesday. We can't wait to gab and gush with you again. If you're not signed up for our newsletter, make sure that you sign up on the homepage of our website at farmhousefabrics.com. It's the latest and the greatest, or the best way to keep up with the latest and greatest here at Farmhouse. So we will see y'all soon. And I'm going to have to walk around there and turn off Instagram.
I'm going to have to stand here and look normal while she does it.